Hello students, this is the 6th chapter of your book First Flight and the chapter name is The 100 Dresses Part 2. This chapter is also written by Alice Easter. She was an American children's author and a children's librarian, as I told you in the previous video. Now we will start the summary of this chapter, okay? This chapter starts with a letter that Mrs. Mason got by Mr. Petronsky. He was the father of Wanda Petronsky. Miss Mason received a note from the principal's office. She read it several times. She studied it thoughtfully. Then she read the letter to the class. Wanda's father clearly made it clear that both his children, Wanda and Jake, would not come to their previous school anymore. They would not be insulted for having their funny names anymore in the new big city as they faced it in their previous school. Deep silence in the class. The letter had an immediate effect. A deep silence prevailed in the room. Miss Mason spoke in a low voice. She wished that none of the boys and girls in room number 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anybody for having a long and unfamiliar name. What was said in thoughtlessness. It was a very unfortunate and sad thing that Wanda had to face such a situation. Maddie had sick feeling. Maddie was highly disturbed. She could not put her mind on her lessons. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. She cursed herself for remaining silent when Peggy teased Wanda Petronsky. She only stood by silently and said nothing. It was as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse, she was nothing less than a coward. She put herself in Wanda's shoes. She decided to find Wanda. It was possible that she had not left Boggins Heights yet. Peggy had also the same idea. Both the girls planned to visit Wanda's house at Boggins Heights. Peggy and Maddie visited Wanda's house. The two girls set out for Boggins Heights, the place where Wanda Petronsky used to live. Peggy felt that she never called Wanda a foreigner and made fun of her name. She thought that Wanda was too dumb. She praised her drawing skills. At last, they reached Wanda's house. It was a little house with a shabby but clean courtyard. They knocked firmly on the door but got no answer. The Petronsky had gone. Peggy said that if she had not asked Wanda about all her dresses, she would have no idea for her drawings. She might not have won the contest either. Maddie resolves. Maddie thought about blue dress and the little house she had lived in. She reached an important conclusion. She was not going to stand by and say nothing again. She would never forgive anyone insulting others because they were funny looking or had strange names. She would stand up and speak up. She would oppose injustice even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. Peggy and Maddie write a letter to Wanda. Now, Peggy and Maddie decided to write a letter to Wanda. They wrote how pretty her drawings were. They asked her if she liked her new place and her new teacher. They wanted to feel sorry, but they ended up with writing just a friendly letter. Letter from Wanda Petronsky. On the last day of school, before Christmas holidays, Miss Mason received a letter. It was from Wanda Petronsky. She wished that the girls of room 13 could keep those 100 dresses. She had a new 100 dresses in her new house. She would like Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress and Maddie to have the blue one. She wrote that she missed the school. Wanda liked Peggy and Maddie. Peggy told Maddie that Wanda actually liked them. She replied their letter. There was no ill feeling among them. Everything was all right. Maddie felt sad that they would never see the little Polish girl again. She went home. She painted the drawing on the wallpaper. Tears blurred her eyes. She looked intently and found that the face and head of the drawing looked like her. Excitedly, she ran over to Peggy. She showed Peggy her picture. The head and face of her picture also did look like Peggy. He replied that Wanda must have really liked them. Okay, students.